These are the best 12 watches released in the last 30 days. If you're new here, my name is Roman Sharp. I've been a watch dealer for over 20 years, and if you're into watches and want to learn more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't have to miss any of my videos. With the new Blue Royal Oak concept. A little bit biased here. For those that know me, you know my favorite brand is Audemars Piguet. AP has been making concept for quite a bit, dating back all the way to 2001. This particular one is a Royal Oak concept split-second chronograph's GMT large date. The biggest issue that the concept had had since 2001, it was quite large. So they reduced it in size first with the Black Panther limited edition, later on the Spider-Man, and now with this particular Blue Royal Oak concept, scaling it down to 43 millimeters, which makes me extremely happy because the Alucard concept was literally my favorite complicated AP, and I could never wear it. It was way too big for me. The 43 millimeter, it's a lot more wearable for somebody with an average size wrist. There's a brand new colored forged carbon material, which has been developed using the Chroma Forge technology, according to Audemars Piguet CFT. The reference is highly complex on a technical front because of the flyback chronograph, split-second chronograph, the 24-hour GMT, obviously hours made as seconds, and a large date functions. Retail price tag, $206,800. You might say, well, why is it so expensive? It's just a chronograph. No, it's not just a chronograph. I've said this multiple times. To execute a chronograph, a split-second chronograph, on top of that, add in the GMT function, this is a watch that's going to take a lot of power to run, and to keep it accurate with having that type of chronograph in there is a feat that only a few out there are able to achieve. Most companies out there will actually outsource their chronograph to somebody else. Blancpain Air Command Chronograph Flyback. They launched two new Air Command models in September. The limited editions kind of take designs from the legendary military chronograph made for the US Air Force back in the 1950s. The two newcomers feature titanium cases. They call them hard-wearing titanium cases. I love when these companies use fancy words. They measure 42.5 millimeters and 36 millimeters respectively. I kind of like that because what they managed to do is feed into the fact that the trends are going small on some of these pieces, and then also at the same token give you a large model because it is quite a sporty watch. 42 millimeter coming in at 21.8, where the 36 millimeter comes in at 20,500. I own a vintage 50 Fathoms. Still, unfortunately, on the bandwagon of that particular watch when it comes to their sports line. Do I wish that they would have done something that's completely new? Yes. But considering that their latest attempts at creating chronographs that look like 50 Fathoms, like the original 50 Fathoms, this in my mind takes the cake. Arnold & Son Double Tourbillon Chariot Edition. Now, Chariot is actually a semi-precious gemstone. Considering we're also in the jewelry business, I have heard of it, but it's not one you hear of commonly. Now, this watch is a one-off, so it features a dial made of a gorgeous purple hue chariot, right? And that stone, one of the things about that particular gemstone is it will actually change hues on you in the light. So as you move the watch around, it will actually turn different colors. A lot of these semi-precious stones, in fact, a lot of stones in general, tend to be pretty fragile and delicate. The backdrop is indeed mesmerizing, right? The case is in white gold, and the subdials are actually made out of opal. They have two striking tourbillons in the watch. These are all tremendous, tremendous feats from a horological perspective and technical perspective. I wonder how many of those dials they broke before they managed to actually cut one out. 227,100 Swiss francs retail, so about 260 grand today in US dollars, which is extremely, extremely reasonable for a watch of this magnitude. Again, both aesthetically as well as horologically. Hublot, they decided to pay horological homage to the Great White North. They're releasing a new timepiece inspired by the country Canada. The limited edition features a 42 millimeter black carbon case with white and red accents that reflect the country's snowy landscape and autumn foliage. And of course, in the back, you have the Canadian maple leaf as a nod to the flag. Now, the Monoco carbon is 29,900 US dollars. When was the last time you heard of anything limited edition made for Canada? I've been doing this for 22 years. There have been limited editions here and there for Canadians, but not for our country in general. Hublot understands their market to the T. There's a reason last time I was in Geneva, I drove by yet a third building they build next to the other two huge buildings where they have their factories, because they are successful. These items are selling. Canada is a humongous marketplace. There's a lot of people that live in Canada. For somebody that wants to have a watch that's geographically designed specifically for them, this is a particular watch for them. Is it for everybody? Absolutely not. Is this thing going to sell? Absolutely yes. Jaeger LeCoultre, with their Epic X Edition Manchester City. Soccer, as we call it, or football, as they call it everywhere else in the world, is one of the most popular sports in the world. And there are diehard fans of a particular club, in this case, Manchester City. The result of that is successful company. Ever since Hublot tied themselves to soccer, they've been extremely successful, and there's nothing wrong with Jacob taking a page out of the same book, because obviously he had an opportunity to do so, making some sort of a deal with Manchester City. Obviously, this is a watch that was made for the English market first and foremost, but you're gonna see this watch spread out all over the world. retail 15,000 pounds, which is about $20,000. 41 millimeter titanium case, rhodium dial with the club's logo at 6 o'clock. The collector's market out there is insane when it comes to stuff like this. Putting it into this somewhat of a basic model, not making it a tourbillon, not making it overly expensive, allows the watch to be affordable to a much, much bigger crowd. Finish in the sky blue, which is synonymous with Manchester City. Simple, to the point, good move on Jacob's part on this one. The Jaeger LeCoultre Master Hybris Artistica Caliber 184, or as we like to call it, Jaeger, or JLC. Every time I say Jaeger LeCoultre, people always want to go in the comments and rip me apart. I'm not French, I'm American, sorry. 43 millimeter pink gold case, dazzling new dial, sapphire crystals sit on both sides of the case, and you can really appreciate both sides of the Caliber 184. Now, 3 complications: perpetual calendar, minute repeater, and a constant force gyro tourbillon. Another wonderful quirk is that the minute repeater plays the Westminster Carillon, just like London's Big Ben. They're only gonna make 5 of these. Obviously, these are expensive prices upon request. These watches get into that $1 million price range. First of all, the gyro tourbillon with a constant force. Constant force means that the mainspring is gonna provide power to the movement at a constant rate, which means that whether you have a minute left in your power reserve or 5 days, that force is going to be constant, increasing accuracy. The 3D tourbillon, epitome of high horology, and Jaeger has been known to do absolutely ridiculous things for themselves, along with many, many other brands. They call Jaeger watchmaker's watchmaker, and there's a reason for that. Personally, I would love to own that watch. Omega Seamaster Regatta, the ultimate watch for sailors to mark the 37th American Cup. They couldn't wait till it was like 40. It's like doing a big celebration for your 22nd birthday. It's a multifunctional tool that you can wear on your wrist. I actually talked about this watch in the past, and I remember saying this is an actual tool watch that can be used as a tool. Big case, 46.75 millimeters, so almost 47 millimeters on the wrist. Titanium, obviously you want it to be rugged. Analog and digital displays, right? Moon phase indicator, chronograph, sailing logbook, a temperature gauge, an accelerometer. It's got 3 alarms and a Regatta race functionality naturally. You see a lot of watches out there being done for the sake of doing it, right? With this being half digital, this is a watch that I feel that anybody who's into boat racing or sailing actually use them. And it's priced reasonably, 65 Swiss francs, which is about 7,600 US dollars. I think you're gonna see a lot of guys out there picking these up as a daily beater, and they may not necessarily be master Regatta racers. Perrelet Turbine Skull. Perrelet has been known to make some pretty funky dials. When I looked at this particular one, I was like, whoa, a giant 3D skull on a lower dial with a 12-blade turbine that spins above it. Skull watches have been around for quite some time, believe it or not. So it's not just the Richard Mille skulls that are out there. Plenty of brands out there have been reading the skull for many, many, many years, and Perrelet is no different. 44 millimeters, black and blue colorways, and the steel case blue version is $5,000, while the black PVD steel is $5,250, rightfully so, cost a little bit more money. So at a first glance, when you look at it, like, well, where's the skull? Obviously, the skull is, again, underneath those turbines. Once those turbines start spinning, it sort of reveals that skull. Perrelet has not been doing all that great over the years. You've seen them closed out multiple times. You see them out there at a high discount, but I think this is a pretty creative product and decent bang for your dollar. Perrelet's got some history behind it. They go back quite some time. Look them up, and you'd be surprised of some of the inventions that these guys have under their belt going back when they first started. The Monoco Chronograph Racing Green. I've always felt that the Monoco Chronograph already had a pretty good racy theme to it, but the latest iteration has been decked out in a racing green, which was inspired by British racing cars, of course. Again, 39 millimeter titanium case, silver sun red dial, and white and yellow accents in honor of the historical four-wheelers. The Monoco Chronograph Racing Green is 91 Swiss francs, so about a little over 10,000, about 10.5 in US dollars. Pretty reasonable for an iconic chronograph from Tag Heuer. I feel like there's gonna be collectors out there that are gonna wanna own pretty much every colorway. Ulysse Nardin Freak X Gumball 3000. If you guys are into car rallies, you know that Gumball 3000 is the biggest car rally out there, right? They unveiled that new Freak to commemorate the 25 years of the legendary supercar rally. Now, as with other Freak, the limited edition has the traditional dial, hands, and crown to make a deconstructed movement the centerpiece. So the black carbonian case obviously has the Gumball orange accents for added pizzazz, as they say, but you needed to get orange in there because those are traditional colors for Gumball. It was limited to 150 pieces. It was offered to the drivers of Gumball Rally in September, and they'll actually get their names engraved on the case back. Price was upon request, and a little birdie told me they're all sold out and people want more that are outside the rally. Zenith Chronomaster, the original triple-day calendar limited edition for guess who? The one that just got bought over by Watches of Switzerland, i.e. Hodinkee. This latest creation maybe their best one yet. Now, this limited edition is a bit of a nod to the rare prototype El Primero from 1970 that featured a triple calendar moon phase module. Now, the modern successor's got a 38mm case. I love the fact that it didn't go too big, they also didn't go too small. And they gave it an exhibition case back to check out the movement. Now, we know that the beating heart is incredibly accurate with the El Primero caliber 3610 triple calendar movement. And the retail on the watch is $13,500. Gives you a nice vintage vibe. Always been a big fan of Zenith, and I'm a fan of this one. Let's go back to Jaeger LeCoultre. They unveiled 3 new takes on the classic Reverso from 1931. So what did they do? Obviously, they made a smaller case. It's a 40.1mm case. It's very close to size to the original. Tribute pieces in general from Jaeger, especially Reverso tribute pieces, they do extremely well. So the updated Reverso Tribute Duo Face Tourbillon is also now available with a steel case, with the Reverso Duo Face Small Seconds has been reimagined 18-karat pink gold and fitted with a dark blue lacquer dial. The Moon Phase is $8,900, the Small Seconds is $25,500, and the Tribute Duo Face Tourbillon is priced upon request. To me, the Reverso is top 10 iconic watches ever made, models ever made. You show me a Reverso, I'm gonna tell you that I like it. Comment below which one was your favorite, and I'll see you on the next one.